West Coast Conference Game of the Week. It is brought to you by Geico, and our game today, the Portland Pilots, coming down to Los Angeles to do battle with our hometown, LMU Lions. And hello again, everybody. I'm Barry Tompkins with my partner, Doug Christie. And Doug, did you ever think, now you played in the West Coast Conference at Pepperdine, did you ever think that on a Saturday in May, the center of the college basketball universe would be in Moraga, California?
Moraga, California. It's kind of crazy, but it is. Number 1, Gonzaga. Number 20, St. Mary's. It is there, and they are doing it big.
And what a great matchup between these two teams. Gonzaga, of course, number 1 in the country, and the only remaining undefeated college team in America. They are 25-0. St. Mary's only with 2 losses, one of them coming in Spokane to Gonzaga. But what a great matchup. And, of course, everybody knows McKean Pavilion, not an easy place to play.
Oh, no, it is not. If you go up there, you might lose, and this is the one chance probably left in the season for Gonzaga to get a loss before the tournament starts.
Both these teams really solid, really deep, and you have an idea both can go ways in the NCAA tournament. Let's start by talking about Gonzaga. Nigel Williams-Goss started his college career at Washington, came over to Gonzaga, sat last year, difference maker this year.
Yes, I like what I see from him. He runs the show. He gets in the paint. He can short range, mid-range, long range. He can do everything on the court. He is the motor that drives Bulldog team.
And talking to Randy Bennett, they just have no holes. That's what he says about Gonzaga. They defend you. They don't have any weaknesses, and they're deep. They're particularly deep on the post. They got not only 1 big, but 3 bigs. But Shimmick Karnowski, a senior, takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, you say space. He's a space eater. Actually, Karnowski is a carnivore because he is a meat eater. The big fella gets down low, but he has a soft touch. He'll drop dimes to his teammates, left hand, right hand hook, but make no mistake about it. 300 pounds, he uses it. He will bounce some people around.
And the thing about him is he doesn't have to play the full game because, as we said, they got 2 other bigs, both freshmen sitting on the bench, both more than just a little bit capable. Let's talk about another transfer. Guy that graduated from the University of California, said, you know what, I'm going to play my last year up at Gonzaga. Boy, has he been a contributor, and I know you like him, Jordan Matthews.
Yes, I do. And one reason that I like him is because he's now scoring less points. But what that says to me is he's sacrificing for the team. Silky smooth on the outside, can knock down shots, but he can also take it the full length of the court and deliver. Sacrificing for the team. Now you're on the number 1 team in the nation. I like everything that he brings to the Bulldogs.
The bottom line, this is a deep team. They really don't have any apparent weaknesses, and even Randy Bennett himself said, if you're going to beat them, you have to play perfect basketball. Now they are capable of that, though. A guy who, in my opinion, is the most improved player in the West Coast Conference, plays the post for St. Mary's, Jock Landale.
Yes, Landale. If you want to find him, if you GPS him, look on the left block. He'll be delivering a right hook, but he can also finish around the basket and run the floor for a big guy. This is what Randy Bennett is going to be bringing to the Zags tonight. He can move the big guys around and deliver. I like the way he runs the floor as well.
And Jock Landale, one of 7 Australians on Randy Bennett's roster up in Moraga. One guy who is a big contributor, was, however, the player of the year in the state of Oregon. And talking about Calvin Hermanson, you give him an inch, he's going to take a mile.
He sure is. A left-handed, silky smooth, will knock down shots. Once the table is set, he is going to deliver for you. I like the way he runs the floor as well. With that type of offense, dribble in, penetrate out, kick it to him. He is going to deliver at least 2.5, sometimes 3 3-pointers a game. Might look a little funky coming off the left hand, but not when it goes through the net.
Exactly. Let's talk about another Aussie on the St. Mary's team, and he maybe is, even though it's cliche, the straw that stirs the drink. Talking about Emmett Nahr. He's one of those guys, you never see him during the course of the game, and then you look at the stat line, he's got 15 points, he's got 10 assists, and he's got no turnovers.
Oh, yes. I believe it's 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. He handles the basketball. He sets the table for this club. Randy Bennett's offense is dribble in, penetrate, take up the shot clock for 29, 28 seconds and 1 or 2 seconds of absolute bliss, and no one does it better than Emmett Nahr.
No gimmies in this West Coast Conference, and particularly no gimmies in this game. 2 outstanding coaches, Mark Few and Randy Bennett.
But look at those winning percentages, 81 and 69. 2 absolute class gentlemen, but also the systems that they run at their schools. They've set the tone in the West Coast Conference, and they've set it up. It'll be this way for years until someone raises up and deals with the Gales and the Bulldogs.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, these are not only two good teams, these are two good programs. Parkview and Randy Bennett, two of the top 4 winning percentages over the last 10 years in the entire country. That's what we're looking forward to today. I'm not real sure what Dieter is looking forward to, but you know what? He's pumped up. He'll be with you when we come back to Los Angeles. Game of the week moves on.
Welcome back to WCC This Week here in Los Angeles. I'm Chris McGee. Before we get to our conference games today, let's go straight to the highlights and get you caught up with all the WCC action from earlier this week. What better way to start than with #1 ranked team in the country, Gonzaga Bulldogs. Mark Few's Bulldogs looking to remain college basketball's only undefeated team. First half, Nigel Williams-Goss drives. He's able to hit the reverse layup. Plays like that is why Goss is on the Wooden Award list. Goss doing it all. In transition, throws a nice pass down the court for Killian Tilly. He lays it in. Goss sat out one game before hurting his ankle versus BYU, but showing no signs of slowing down. The Washington transfer, big game. Tilly also had a big half. He's able to hit the tough one-hander in the paint. Tilly had 11 points on 3-for-3 shooting in the half. Final seconds of the half, Jordan Matthews, it's contested, doesn't matter. Bang, knocks it down. Gonzaga shoots 58%, leads 50-28 at the break. Second half play of the game, that comes from LMU. Boy, Tosh throws down the posterized dunk on Zach Collins. We take a look at it again. Look at the athleticism. But the Zags, they're going to keep rolling. Collins hits a three-pointer. 5 players scored in double figures for the Zags, who are now 25-0 with a 90-60 win. Let's move on. Portland at St. Mary's. In their first meeting, St. Mary's held Portland to 9 first-half points that led to a 41-point win. Late in the first half, scored tied at 18. Ray Barreno finds a cutting Gabe Taylor, throws down the dunk. Scored tied at 22 at halftime. Second half, scored tied at 29. Good ball movement by the Gales. Dane Pinot finds an open Joe Rahan for 3. St. Mary's gets some breathing room as they go up 32-29. Later, the Gales up 6. More ball movement. We'd love to see it. Pinot finds another open man. This time, it's Calvin Hermanson. Southpaw. St. Mary's pulling away, up 9. Here they are up 7. Hermanson misses, chases down the rebound. Going to find Jock Landale inside for the two-handed stuff. St. Mary's wins it 51-41. They face #1 ranked Gonzaga. That's going to be fun to watch. WCC's #2 leading scorers, Eric Mika and Lamont Murray Jr., they're facing off first half. Pepperdine, they're in transition. Jeremy Major finds Murray for the beautiful alley-oop. Take another look as Murray soars in the air and finishes with the hammer. Later in the half, Chris Reyes, smart kid, used to play at Utah. Nice pass to the weak side, lead with the 3 ball. Pepperdine up double digits. Second half, Major crosses up his defender. Step back, buries it. Waves bench loving it. 66-53 lead. BYU trying to cut it. Mika, he's in foul trouble in the first half. He's able to bank this one. Scored 11 straight points for BYU. He finished with 18. But Murray says, you know what, I can do it better, man. In transition, receives the extra pass, gets the lane to go for another three-point play. Murray finished with 30 as the Waves beat the Cougars 99-83. Santa Clara at San Francisco. By the way, San Francisco looking for their 7th straight win at home. Kyle Smith's doing a fantastic job. Second half, Santa Clara down 20 at the half would fight back. Down just 8 now. Under 3 minutes to go. Are you kidding me? KJ Fagan for the clutch 3. This time, Fagan spins off his defender, hits the step back. Santa Clara. They're down just 1 point. Moments later, SF up 1. Chase Foster drives, hits the tough runner in the lane. Dons go back up 3. Under 10 seconds to go. Santa Clara down 3 with a chance to tie. Jared Brownridge, been in this studio many times. He brings it up, goes around the screen. No! San Francisco wins it 61-58. Let's go to San Diego versus Pacific. Pacific squeezed by USD with a 3-point win earlier this season. Pacific trailed by as much as 13 in the first half, and the second half was all Tigers. Anthony Towns, 53-42. He's been playing well lately, by the way. Pacific up double digits. Under a minute left, USD trailing. Puts on the full court press. Pacific throws the ball away. Nasser Barrino, he's able to drive and finish left-handed layup. By the way, it's a 3-point game. Torero's charging. 1.3 seconds left. DJ Ursery at the line up 3. He went to Crespi High School in Encino. Misses the free throw. Tyler Williams grabs the rebound. Quickly throws the full court heave, which almost goes in. Take a look at this again. I mean, he shoots that thing 85 feet. It's there! Almost banks in. Pacific 61-50. And here's what the conference standings look like. No changes at the top with the Zags and Gales. Just 1 game separates those two. BYU drops to 8-5 after Pepperdine gets the upset over the Cougars, putting them 9 games back with San Diego and LMU, while the Pilots are on the bottom with an 11-game skid and just 2 wins in conference play. All right, let's switch gears a bit. Let's get it to a segment called Program Pop Quiz. I sat down with our players and coaches to see just how well they knew the facts and history of their alma mater. This week, we have senior guard TJ Wallace and Coach Damon Stoudemire representing the Pacific Tigers. Let's take a look at how they did. All right, guys, it's time for the Program Pop Quiz. We're going to ask you guys 10 questions, 5 each. We'll just alternate about your program. All right, here we go. TJ, who's your team's all-time leading scorer? When you're looking at that book saying, who do I need to pass? Ron. Ron what?
Cornelius.
Yes. I'm counting it. Most points scored in a single game, Coach. So you can either give me the guy's name or you can just throw out a number and guess it.
40.
Oh, close, 44. Bill Stricker. In what year did your coach win NBA Rookie of the Year?
94.
Coach, you want to set him straight?
96.
96. Coach, which Super Bowl winning coach attended?
Pete Carroll.
Yeah, you better know that. Your coach was the first player drafted in Toronto Raptors history. True or false?
It could be true.
Is it?
It is true.
It is. What's your mascot's name, Coach?
Tiger. I guess. I don't know.
Power Cat.
Oh! Power Cat.
You're going to know that.
The Power Cat.
What's the Power Cat?
Sneaky one. Power Cat.
Coach is going to change that when he gets back, by the way. What year did your basketball program start? It's over 100 years.
1906.
Close. 1910. So close. You guys are doing all right. Coach, how many seats does your gym have over or under? Is it over or under 6,150?
I'm going to say over by about 50 seats.
You know what? You're right, because the question would be over 6,100. It's actually 6,150 and you know. Sing the first your school fight song. Got it?
Remember you guys on the first meet, I was like saying the fights. Remember I said that?
You can give us a little bit of Arizona's. We'll give you guys this.
I know the chorus.
It's been a long time.
Bear down Arizona. That's all.
It's all that matters.
Yeah.
My producer, that's right.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
My producer's such a Arizona homer.
They got me stuck in the mud.
Yeah,
man.
hey, you know what? As a senior, you should leave that legacy. I want you to go get your freshmen, teach them the song so they can sing it to you. That's a great idea. You can tell everyone it came from me. Great stuff right there, Pacific. I'm ready to go play for coach. All right, let's check the standings and see how each school fared against each other. The BYU Cougars, San Diego Toreros, Pepperdine Waves still holding on strong to the #1 spot in a three-way tie. After missing 3 questions, the Lions and the Gales are tied at 7-3. Portland and Pacific follow at 6-4. And how about the Zags? The best team in the conference, except when it comes to this. They're on the bottom with 4 correct questions. All right, time to take a short break, but when we return, despite suffering a season-ending injury, Portland's Alec Wintering shares how he continues to contribute to the Pilots' season. All that and more next. Congratulations to Lamont Murray Jr. for being named West Coast Conference Player of the Week. The senior guard led the Waves against San Francisco and Pacific, averaging 24 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 3 assists in a productive week. This is Murray's first Player of the Week honor this season. And here's a closer look at his numbers for that week. At San Francisco, the guard scored 22 points and had 9 rebounds and 3 assists. Against the Tigers, Murray posted 26 points in just 28 minutes while dealing with foul trouble. While shooting an impressive 53% from the field, the senior has scored 20-plus points in 14 games this season, including 8 of the last 9. All right, let's have a little fun. He played 17 years in the NBA and was a standout for the Portland Trail Blazers. And now he's with the University of Portland as the head coach. Kelly Tennant got to know more about Terry Porter in a quick rapid-fire session.
All right, Coach, rapid fire. Dr. J or MJ?
God, that's a hard one. Dr. J or MJ? MJ.
I'm not allowed to think. This is rapid fire. Okay. Moses Malone or Kareem?
Kareem.
Lakers or Celtics?
Neither one of those.
You have a third option?
Blazers.
Okay, I'll take it. Favorite athlete growing up?
Magic Johnson.
First coach that inspired you?
Dick Bennett.
Are you a regular coffee guy or a pumpkin spice latte guy?
A regular coffee guy.
Hoosiers or He Got Game?
He got game.
Shark Week or Shark Tank?
Shark Tank.
Favorite sport other than basketball?
Golf.
Good stuff right there, Kelly. All right, point guard Alec Wintering, a star in the prime of his senior year at Portland, second all-time in steals, fifth in points, and just 5 assists shy of the school record when a season-ending injury stopped him in his tracks. But despite the frustration, the guard stays optimistic and fully invested in the team. Sarah Cazell has his story.
Before the season started, you're heading into your final year at Portland. How are you envisioning this season going for you?
Just, trying to do my best to help the team win. With Coach Porter coming in, he did a great job with us during the summer. And all the assistant coaches, just getting us ready, getting us excited to play for the season. And really, I was just looking forward to, winning in my senior year.
You were doing a pretty good job of that, helping your team improve and get some more W's until mid-January. Can you walk me through what happened at San Francisco?
We were playing second half, probably around the 10-minute mark, just go up for a regular layup. I've done it a million times in my life, and my knee just buckled, kind of just collapsed on me, and yeah, I was done. I knew at that moment something was wrong with my knee. I wasn't thinking it was a torn ACL, but I knew something was wrong. But it felt just like someone kneed me on the back of my knee. I was able to go back in the game though, just play through the pain, but I knew something was off. So next time I came out, I told my trainer, and he was like, yeah, we'll see the USF doctors. So I went back, they did the Lockman test on my knee, and he was like, yeah, you tore your ACL. So at that point, I was just kind of, frustrated. Like you said, it's my senior year.
Can you just walk me through in further detail what exactly you were thinking, because you've been working so hard. This is your senior year. This is not how it's supposed to go down.
Yeah, just, all the hard work I've put in at UP, all the things I've gotten close to, records-wise, having a good season as a team, just all those kind of things. Just kind of disappointed that I had to go out that way, but at the same time, I was able to kind of look back and be like, man, I had a great career here, and really just blessed for the opportunity to play here. All right, shoulders back up, shoulders. Pound it, yo, pound it, feel the burn, let's go.
Now you're not on the court anymore. You're acting more as a coach than a player. Tell me a little bit about that. What are you seeing out there?
Just different aspects of the game where I didn't see them as much as me playing. Now it's giving me an opportunity to kind of grow in different areas as a player. Now I can see the game from a different point of view rather than playing them on the bench now. And now I'm just trying to help my teammates as much as I can. Just different things we see, like the offense or defensively, that I'm able to kind of talk to the guys and help them out with. Especially with the young point guard now, Andre Ferguson. I'm able to help him a lot and really just try to help him be the best player he can be.
Did you have to talk to Coach about it beforehand, like, hey, I'd like to kind of guide the team a little bit, or was it just understood that you'd take this role?
It was kind of understood. Coach Porter did a great job with me, allowing me to kind of lead, be the coach on the floor. He told me that early on that, we're going to lean on you. So I kind of just took that and ran with it. And even after the injury, I've been able to, help and kind of step in and be talkative with the team and talk with the coaches and help in that way. Good work, y'all. Good work. Have a good practice day. Let's go. Pilots on 3. 1, 2, 3.
So even though this season and your career at Portland aren't ending the way that you envisioned, are you still able to step back and recognize just what an incredible 4 years you've had here?
Yeah, definitely. I think the thing that means most to me is just how I've touched people. Really, after the injury, I've had so much support, everybody reaching out at home games, fans coming up to me and saying, well, you had a great career here, thank you for everything. And really, it's my pleasure. I've been playing the game that I love, and I'm able to kind of touch them in a certain way, and that means more to me than anything, any stat, any record, or anything like that.
So what's next for you?
Next, just rehab, get back strong, and then I'll be playing professionally some point. Don't know where yet, so just gotta wait and see.
All right, here's a look at our Saturday slate of games for the conference. Coming up right after this, our game of the week is Portland takes on LMU. Then it's the national ranked teams going head-to-head. I cannot wait for that. Gonzaga at St. Mary's. Pepperdine will travel south to San Diego while the Tigers host the Broncos, and BYU will travel to San Francisco. All right, that'll do it from here in the studio. After the break, we are heading back inside Gersten Pavilion, where Barry Tompkins and Doug Christie will have the call. Enjoy the game, everybody.
We welcome you back to the West Coast Conference this week. It's brought to you by Geico. Our game of the week from here at Gersten Pavilion in L.A. It is the Portland Pilots and the hometown LMU Lions. And hi again, everybody. Barry Tompkins, Doug Christie alongside. And Doug, let's talk X factors here. And I know the guy that you're looking at as can go one way or another for Portland is Gabe Taylor.
Yes, a pick and pop for Coach Porter says if he's knocking them down, he can be an X factor tonight.
Let's talk about LMU and a very good athlete, Boyd Touch.
Yes, do not adjust your sets. He might jump off with all that athleticism. We shall see.
All right, so that's kind of the setup for our game. It is our West Coast Conference game of the week. Portland and LMU from here at the Gersten Pavilion. So that's the West Coast Conference game of the week, kind of a warm-up act, if you will, for the real game of the week, which takes place up in Moraga. That is Gonzaga and St. Mary's. But two teams here trying to get things headed in the right direction as they look ahead to the West Coast Conference tournament the first week in March.